So I'm seeing your energy like that of an alien kind of crashing into the earth, and they don't know what to do. You know those movies where someone discovers like an alien spaceship or this rock that contains this unique material that no one has ever seen before. They don't know what to do with it. It has all the special powers, kind of like Wakanda, how they have like the, what is it, titanium or Ukrainium? I can't think of the name, right? When I channel, words they disappear because I'm just channeling, right? But you get what I'm saying. That is like the energy that you have, that you contain, that your vessel contains. That is the energy of your soul and your higher soul and your spirit. Many, 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 many different layers, many, many, many different levels to you, that people, they just see you physically and they feel it, right? They feel the charge, they feel the question about you. They don't know what to think of you. I feel as if, because subconsciously and unconsciously, people kind of feel your essence, but just their conscious mind doesn't really know how to process it, doesn't really know how to perceive you, right? So you'll sometimes get people who feel very weird around you, like you are an alien. Sometimes you'll get people who just feel like they don't know what to say to you. I feel like I'm talking to someone who, when you speak to others, right, with share wisdom, with the sage, when you speak to others, it's very out there. So I feel many of you, if you're resonating with this or not, I mean, you will know by now if this is going to resonate. I think by now you will know that this resonates or not. You would just know, right? And if not, then of course it doesn't. But I feel when people talk to you, or you don't open your mouth much, because when what you want to say to people, it sounds like a different language. It sounds like a language that no one speaks, right? Because many of you come from an area where you didn't speak like languages here. You didn't really use your mind the way that it's used here. You didn't really talk. So some of you may have a difficult time with words or have a difficult time speaking because your energy is still not used to using words like how other people use words. You're not used to that. Right now, the energy around me is just very heightened. Everything is kind of, my heater is kind of charging. It's making these noises that it wasn't making before. That's you. When you're in an area, you just charge everything around it. So people either feel very gravitated towards you, or I feel like they feel very like repulsed by you, like they just don't want to be around you. I do feel like for the most part it's the latter. I think people gravitate towards you because they don't know why. They don't know what is going on with you. So even the people who you feel like are uncomfortable with you, you'll notice that they still want to be around you. It's like these people may not even like you. They may think that you're weird or something, and yet here they are still wanting to be around you. You know, I feel like I'm talking to someone who, in relationships, right? When you ended things, you still had that person kind of lingering, still thinking about you, still wanting to be around you, still wanting to get into contact with you, right? You have moved on. It's been, for you, it's been like 4 years. Like, it's been 4 years. I don't even remember your name. But that energy, they still think about you like 4 years, 5 years later. Like, they're still thinking about you. Oh, high school, like high school. Whoa, that was 20 years ago. You still think about me from high school? That's who I'm talking to. You just leave a mark on whoever you come into contact with, and you leave that mark forever. It's not even for like a long period of time. I feel like it's a forever thing. Everyone who has come into contact with you, they still randomly think about you. Whereas other people, right, we've come into contact with individuals who we don't really think about. Maybe once in a blue moon, like, oh yeah, I remember that kid. They were pretty cool, yeah, I remember them. And then you go about your day and it's like, whatever. But with you, when people think of you, they're like, oh, I remember so-and-so. I wonder how they're doing. Oh, I kind of missed them. Oh, that's what people think. 5 years went by. Like, dude, why are you still thinking about me? But that is the energy of whoever I'm talking to, right? So it's because your essence is very alien-like. So again, we have not of planet Earth, right? So this is a card about feeling of not belonging. And I made these cards. I don't even know why I had to like look closely. Yeah, I made this deck here. A feeling of not belonging, to be in the world but not of the world. That is how people view you, right? And some of you, not even some, I feel like if you came across this, all of you, I'm not going to say some, if you're still here, that means it's resonating. You feel like you came to this realm, this dimension that is just very strange for you. So as others feel like you are strange, like you, some people feel as if when they come into contact with you, they're kind of like, you're very interesting. I've never met anyone like you. I feel like you get that a lot. Whoever is watching this, you get that a lot. Where people are like very puzzled by you. You could have like the most normal job in the world too. You can have the most normal life, right? You could be the most whatever. I don't feel I'm talking to someone who's normal, but I feel like your circumstances could be very normal, right? You're not like rock climbing Mount Everest kind of thing. Maybe some of you might be called to do that, but and then in these normal, boring circumstances or environments, you still have people feel as if you do not belong there. Just a normal environment, business attire, and you're talking to people, it's a meeting or whatever the case may be, your coworkers, etc. And you're having a normal conversation and people are still very puzzled by you. They're like, there's just something different about so-and-so. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to figure it out. And they never end up figuring it out, right? Because you don't really talk too much about the things that you know. With the sage, share wisdom, you don't talk about it much. Because you know that the things that you have to say, with the revolutionary, right? The things that you have to say are just too out there. Because you are out there, right? You're not from this realm. There are many beings here in this realm where this is where they are from. In case you didn't know that, this is where they're from. This realm, maybe realm 4, maybe some realm within realm 3, maybe some realms within realm 4 because there's many different layers in one realm. Maybe some within realm 5. Like they're very close to this realm. That's where they're from. But you're nowhere near from this realm. You're like not even. Some of you came like such a freaking long, far, long and far away. That's where you came from. Like not even near this realm, not even near this construct, right? So being here, I feel like for many of you doing regular, right? We have the law of perfect health. Motorcycle, typical motorcycle has to drive by during a reading. Everybody's readings. These motorcycles, I'm sick of them. No offense, if you have a motorcycle, there's no offense to you, I'm sick of them. But anyway, who rides a motorcycle and it's winter time? It's like 10 degrees. Okay, I digress. But we have the law of perfect health, right? Some of you, this physical body, you have to get used to. You have to remember that you have it. You're like, oh yeah, I have to eat more healthy foods. That's right, I've been chowing down on those fries. Like I've just been eating a bunch of fries every single day. Oh, let me eat some strawberries or something. Like let me grab a banana. And then when you grab a banana, it's like you're just eating healthy all the time. And you're like, oh, I should probably chill out. I can have a piece of cake. There's something here about you might do things to an extreme, like the balance, because this physical body, you still are not used to it. No matter how old or young you are watching this, you are not used to the physical body and you will never get used to the physical body. It just feels like playing like a VR game where you're just kind of like, okay, let me try to get immersed in this. Although I know that it's a VR game, but I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna play this game because some people get really, really immersed in their VR games and they completely forget that it's a game and they're kicking the TV and they are screaming because they think they're falling. But you're the type where you're like, okay, I have this VR glasses on. I know that it's fake. I know it's a game, but I'm just going to have fun with it. That's who I'm talking to. That's what you think about life in general. But you are here, right? Literally, I feel like with the sonic boom, it seems that your energy just kind of came to this realm, just that, like that of a sonic boom or like that of a meteorite. You just kind of came here to like mess ish up. I'm not gonna curse on YouTube, right? I'm gonna keep it clean and polite. I don't know what I can and can't say on YouTube anymore, but you get what I mean. You came here to kind of stir up some stuff. That's what you came here to do. You just, right? All this fire energy. The revolutionary, the warrior. That's your essence. I feel like there's some heavy Aries energy here, or Mars type of energy that is, dominating this reading. I think your soul, when you did come to this realm, it was always for specific reasons, specific timelines and specific reasons and events that you wanted to have a part of. You wanted to witness major events and you wanted to be a part of major events. It's gonna vibe. I'm speaking to beings here who, you don't come to this realm like others might, to learn lessons. They get trapped in the loop. More lessons, like, right? You're not a part of that whole soul trap thing. Like, oh, a lesson, another lesson, another lesson. No, your energy, you don't get tricked and fooled by anyone. When you're done here, you're like, okay, that was fun. I'm out. I'm gonna do my thing. But then I feel that your energy, though, is very compassionate in nature. A very compassionate energy you have. Just like this. But it's revolutionary because you know that everyone should be experiencing like the freedoms of this realm, right? You don't enjoy seeing individuals being played with or unfairness. You don't like that. You don't like information being hidden that should be revealed. You don't like that. You don't like to see others struggling. So I'm speaking to, although very revolutionary energies I'm speaking to, you are very compassionate and you enjoy being of service, but in an unorthodox way. You might have very radical ideas, right? But that's the essence of your energy. So I feel like you incarnate here when you need to be here. It's given that vibe of you come here to just shake things up and to be a part of and to witness key major moments that go on in this realm. And I feel like I'm hearing like a rescuer because I'm seeing this little UFO kind of picking up individuals, right? But it's funny that the UFO, it's like your ship. It's not some other alien ship. It's like you're the UFO and you're like riding around and you're trying to like not collect souls, but it's like you're trying to like save individuals from getting stuck in being tricked or something. It's giving that vibe. Like you come here to help liberate people. That's what you come here to do. You're like a liberator, right? So I see that for many of you, you've probably incarnated here during times of like war kind of thing, like very serious times, like war and like civil rights movement. You were definitely someone that was like a part of that, like civil rights movement and things of that sort. Very crucial times. You have a very revolutionary spirit and you don't like unfairness and injustice, right? And you're doing this with the ancestors. It seems that you're freeing up ancestral energy. Like you are the one who has the torch. It's like the ancestors, which are you essentially. Like we are our ancestors, and that is quite literal, right? Just different timelines of us. You're here to free those energies by pretty much being that of a revolutionary, really. By sharing not only your wisdom, but sharing sharing your essence with people. And I do want to mention, though, that this physical body, it is always going to be challenging for you because you don't incarnate here in this realm often. It feels like you don't come here often. Other individuals, again, this is their home, right? So they're going to just keep coming here, right? Because this is their home. They don't have nowhere else to go. This is just the existence that they know. So they're going to keep coming here 1,000 times, like forever. They're going to have lives here. And that's cool. Like, that's fine. Everything has to exist. But I'm talking to individuals who, you don't come here often. So this physical body, you sometimes have to remember that you are operating this. Like, oh yeah, I should probably not sleep for like 10 hours. It's given that vibe. I'm not saying that you're lazy, but I am saying that how other people think and how other people operate, there is something peculiar with you and how you think and how you operate. It seems that, like the brain, your mental thinking or how you think is peculiar and it's different. It's kind of like it's on this, I don't want to say on the spectrum. I was going to slip up and say on the spectrum. Maybe so. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone. But what I'm trying to say is just how you think and how your mindset is, it's peculiar. And I'm seeing just like a bunch of blocks as your mind, and you're putting this block here and this block there, whereas other people may not have thoughts at all, or other people may just see things very straight and narrow. But you, it's like all this stuff. Like your thoughts are in cursive, right? It's something like that. Or it's like you kind of, like you smell colors and you see the words have a smell to them, or words have color to them. It's something like that. That is an actual thing. I just forgot like what it's called. Regardless, I do want to say though, the advice here, it seems like it says want to pick up, so that's a lot of resistance. With the law of secondary causation and also the warrior card and the sonic boom, using anger as a catalyst for change and justice, it seems that sometimes this realm, it does agitate you. I do feel that people may tend to agitate you, whoever I'm speaking to. I just think that certain things that happen in this realm, you do not like. You do not like unfairness. You do not like injustice. You do not like loudness either. Like, I'm speaking to some sensitive, again, the things of this material, physical realm, there's a lot of things here that you really do not like. Right? You do not like people who lack common sense, things like that. And that may sound very frank, that may sound very blunt, but I feel like I'm talking to individuals, but that's just your nature. You just are a very blunt, frank individual, but a very blunt essence, because you didn't come here to just play around like others. That's the thing. You did not come here to just play around, whatever. It seems like you came here, you have a mission that you want to do, and then you are out of here, right? You came here and then you're out of here. So with the law of secondary causation, it has a vibe of to remember that this physical realm and this reality is dead, right? What you're seeing now has already happened. Everything that's going on now has already happened spiritually. So some of you may kind of react to certain things or things that are happening right now, and then it could play out again in the future because your current reaction, your current imaginings are creating future consequences. Does that make sense? So this feels like to use your anger to create change rather than to create the same reoccurring circumstance, if that makes sense. It has a vibe of, if some of you don't particularly like a neighbor or something that you live with, whatever, and they're very annoying and loud and obnoxious, and this is an example, right? This feels like, rather than maybe reacting out of irritation and not doing anything about it, it feels like use that irritation to maybe manifest them leaving, channel and transmute that irritation, because your essence, it's very powerful energetically. You have an essence that is very cosmic. So it doesn't really play games. Your essence it doesn't play games, right? So I feel like energies may irritate you because others might want to play games or do whatever and not be considerate, right? Not being fair, not being just, being, biased or racist or sexist or whatever. You don't really like that kind of stuff. You believe that everyone should just be themselves and be free to be themselves, right? You are someone who is fair and you like justice, okay? So there's many energies that could just irritate you in this realm. Use that irritation to maybe, start like a revolution with a revolutionary, right? Use that anger to create the change that you came here to do anyway. Don't just, hold it in. It feels like you're supposed to use that essence that you have, because it seems that it's a natural essence. Others may naturally feel this way, others may naturally have an energy that's this way, but your energy, anger, is in there. It's very hard to explain. I know most people in the spiritual community or whatever, they are so against, anger. They're like, love and light, right? Love, light. But that's not who I'm talking to. With this energy, I'm not talking to someone who's just love and light, peace and love and light. No, you're like, I believe in peace. Yes, I believe in love. But sometimes you gotta, there's a little method to your madness. That's what I'm talking to. Like, I'm a little mad, but there's a method to my madness, and just watch me work my magic the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done, and I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get it done, and that's it. You are not someone who is fluffy energy. You don't have fluffy energy. With the ancestors card, yeah, right, next to the warrior, your energy is not fluffy at all. I'm not talking to a fluffy person. You do things how you see fit, and it may be kind of extreme to others, but it always ends up working out in the end. It feels like you always end up being right. People might look at you and like, what is that person doing? Like, what in the world? You're the type where you don't care who the person is. They can be a manager, they can be the director, they can be freaking Jesus for all you care. You don't care. They can be the president of the United States. If someone comes at you incorrectly, I feel like you're the type where you're like, no, that's not happening. And you will do anything that you can to make sure that it is fair. That's who I'm talking to. So other individuals are very terrified of speaking out, but not you. And that's just your essence. That is who you are, and that's what you came here to do, right? So trust and believe that you are doing what you came here to do. If you saw this video popped up on your feed, that's a sign that you know what you're supposed to do, and I feel like you are on the path to doing what you came here to do. And that is being this. That is what you came here to do.